What's up, y'all? It's your girls, Doe and Mo, back with episode 4 of the Rooted Life
halfway?
podcast.
Okay.
Look at us. We're moving. If you are in the Rooted fam, we're glad to see y'all. Come on back again. And if you're new here, what you need to know is that we're two best friends who love Jesus and love helping women thrive in their relationships with God, themselves, and others by focusing on faith and well-being.
Yep, and this season is all around change. The change we have to navigate in our jobs, careers, work. I just said those are all synonyms, actually. Our relationships. You get it.
They're hard enough.
They are. Our bodies. And I know it's like change is inevitable. It feels like kind of like a duh. Why would you need a whole season? But we do need tools and tips to be able to navigate it in a way that is honoring to God and others. Last episode, we talked about our own personal evolution and growth. Was there anything that stood out to you that you want to share with the people?
About evolution. Yeah. Honestly, that like it's all connected. That the different versions of yourself, they're all connected. Like who you were before is important and crucial to the like you that you're becoming. And so don't despise that, I guess. If you're not necessarily like loving where you are, it's going to be connected to something in the future, even if you don't see it yet. I got there at the end.
Yeah. I knew you was going to get there.
I was struggling. I got there at the end. Y'all got there. Y'all got it.
You always get there. I liked what you said about there's more in you than you know.
Oh.
That was encouraging. And even more than that, like, God knows more about me than I know about myself. So if he has me here, there's something for me. And just trusting that, like, he knows me.
He got you.
Yeah. But, like, to remember, there's more in me than I know. There's more strength. There's more power. There's more resilience.
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice little encouragement.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we talk about today?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today? Oh, Lord. Career. The synonyms. I said earlier.
All the things.
Work, career, job.
Career. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that and maybe talk
there.
about some of the changes we've experienced and how we're learning to like navigate that change in a way that is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be convicted. I'm just going to let everyone know now.
Yeah.
You might hear some long silent pauses as I reflect on the conviction that's happening in real time.
Well, while you're getting convicted, I will share with the people Pulse Check. Yeah, if you've been here, you've seen it. But if you're new here, would love for y'all to know that we are dropping a relationship card game. It's called Pulse Check. It's meant to spark meaningful connections, help you go deeper in your relationships with the people you love the most. And we're super excited about it. It is now available for pre-order at the link in our bio. It's been a labor of love. And if you're an entrepreneur, you know sometimes it's hard to get your thing out in front of people. So we would love for y'all to join us in this and support Pulse Check.
Love that.
And now, Glows and Grows. Yeah.
I'm going to say a girl that I've said many times. Okay? I'm almost tired of saying it.
That's okay.
But I'm going to keep saying it till it becomes a glow.
Awareness.
Awareness. We've been in the first step for years, though. So perhaps God will help us advance.
Trying to help you.
Honestly, I need to go to bed on time.
This has been one for...
But the challenge I have now is not that I'm just like up watching TV. My days are so packed that by the time I'm getting home, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, can I read a book? Like, can I do anything before I go to bed? I just want to have a moment to myself. And when your days are packed, it feels like I didn't even get what I get to do for me. Yeah. I work for the man all day.
Yeah.
So I think because I have, we have our business. I'm on the board of a nonprofit. I serve at church. Then we have rehearsal. And then I do our business in the morning and sometimes at night. It's just like my days are 12 hours. And I'm like, I just want a moment. Yeah. But I still need to find a better way to manage that because your girl's tired.
Yeah. Jared is like that. He's like, really? Which I understand. I'm different, but I understand. Like he really wants to own like a portion of his day because you feel like you don't get to like own a portion of your day. You're just being told what to do all day. So he's like, I'm going to watch a show because something like, I said so. Yep. And meanwhile, I'm like, whew, I'm getting in the bed as soon as possible. That's me. I'll be jumping in the bed. I feel like for me, the treat is like getting to go to sleep. That's the treat. Whereas like, sounds like for y'all, the treat is like,
I want a little entertainment.
I understand it.
I think on the other side of that, my glow is that my screen time, per the alert I get every Sunday, is looking pretty good.
Why did iPhone start doing that?
I don't know, because I don't know who asked for that.
I don't know who asked for them to be
7 hours
clocking
a day. Well, thanks.
It doesn't seem like you're spending that much time either.
It doesn't. That's scary.
That's what's kind of interesting. But
and that's just one screen, not even my work computer.
I know, the laptop.
The TV, my iPad. So...
Well, it is nice to see that go down, though.
It is. So I think that I'm spending less time online and more time in person, reading and being out, specifically being outside. So less screen time, more outside time, which I like. I think that's healthy
that
for me.
You. It is. I think for most people. That's great.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Okay.
this week, grows. I feel like, my grow is just like practicing more, since we're talking about work today.
Okay.
Practicing like real-time feedback with my team.
Okay.
That could be hard sometimes, like, I don't know if y'all can relate. Like, if someone's like not doing great, you don't necessarily want to like jump right in the moment. But I have like read in different leadership materials that it's actually helpful to kind of correct things as close to when the thing happens from a work standpoint.
Okay.
So that it doesn't kind of linger or feel like it's unrelated at a later time. And so that can be kind of hard for me, especially when you have like good relationships with the people that you work with. If it's very familial at your work, which my culture is very homegirl sometimes.
No, homegirl
and so
at work. That's
I'll
crazy.
be like, that's not correct. And so, that'll be a grow for me as I continue to grow as a leader overall. But I will say the glow has been just like being really good about managing my time. So I have my meeting with myself at the beginning of the week, and so I've been like really on top of that and planning out my calendar and everything. And so just like using the tools that are available. When you use the tools, you find yourself being more productive, more successful. Who would have knew? I love it. So those are the glows and grows. So now we're getting into the episode. So we're talking about work today. The change that takes place as it relates to, as you said, work, job, career. And so what kind of stands out to you when you think about like changes in that area, and why is that important for us to be talking about?
I think maybe a lot of millennials can kind of like relate to this. I had an idea of what my career trajectory would look like. I had an idea about what I would be doing at the big old age of 34. I'm just kidding. I'm young. But
wild and free.
I think I just had an idea of what I was going to be doing, and I'm like, I've done a lot of things. I'm proud of. I've been a teacher. I've worked in an after school program. I've been a social worker. I worked at a church.
Oh my God, social work.
I've done a lot of.
I
worked at a DEI firm. Like, I've done
I remember
a lot
that firm.
of different jobs.
Sheesh, I remember that.
I think I'm just surprised that I'm at another career crossroad, and I'm like, again.
That's
again. We're here.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I want to do? I don't know. Start a family.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do this full time. So it just feels kind of. I'm surprised that I'm at another career crossroad, and I'm surprised at like how unsettling it feels. Maybe because we live in a culture where like so much of our lives are defined by our work. It's like, who am I if I don't have like this clear idea of like I want to be CEO or ED? Like I don't really have those career dreams. I never really had. So I think I'm just surprised that I'm at a crossroad. I think it's important, I don't know, to really reconcile between like the fact that like what I do for a living, like my whole identity doesn't have to be wrapped up in my job. Like it's a tool that God uses for me to like show his glory and spread love and use my gifts. But like my identity doesn't have to be tied up in my occupation. I think we just have to be reminded of that sometimes. It's an important part, and I know you're going to talk about like it's a tool God uses, but my identity is not my job. It never will be. And they don't pay me enough for that anyway. Even if they did,
it shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't be.
No, like all of who you are should not be grounded in what it is that you do at work. It's just unhealthy, because if work's not going well, then you think that like you as a person are unsuccessful, or when it's on top, maybe get a little too prideful and you're like, oh, look at me. And so at the end of the day, I think we all know where your identity should be in Christ, in case you didn't know that about the love Jesus part. But it's not where everything should be riding on like how successful you are at work. And at the same time, I do think, because of the fact that we spend like 85-90% of our time on our jobs.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Is
that like a
of
real
time.
You made that up, or that's like a real data piece?
This is Dorian data.
Okay, I'm like, because that feels really
I mean, we
high.
can look, oh my God, the amount of times Jared Googles something that I say.
I'm like, do you have data?
It's like, and so Dorian data is a real thing. It's like something that I've either like seen in passing. I can't like necessarily say that it's truth. But if we were to look that up, I think 85-90%, I feel like I will be real close. That's all right. I'll report back next episode.
Yeah, we'll fact check
and
later.
we'll see. And then we'll see how accurate Dorian data is. Point being,
yes,
we spend a lot of time on our jobs. And so because of that, I think anything that we're spending a lot of time doing and giving a lot of our energy and effort, we should be submitting back to God to understand, am I doing the right thing here? Am I spending the right amount of time on this thing? Am I using my gifts in the right way? Who do I need to be praying for? What do I need to be saying in these meetings? Like, how should I be showing up? And so I think, to me, this particular topic is important because of that, because there's a huge opportunity to be able to witness to other people on your job, to encourage other people, to show up for other people. I was listening to a sermon today that just kind of talked about similar to like passion's concept, but the fact that we're door holders. And so thinking about like, how are you holding the door on your job? And if you're not, then what you really doing over there? You spending like maybe 85 to 90% of your time not being an ambassador for Christ. Like that's a little concerning then if you call yourself a Christian. Like, what are we doing? So, yeah, I think that's why all that to say it's important to just be mindful about, like, am I stewarding my work well? And as I'm navigating change on my job, am I honoring my witness while doing that?
Remember how I said I was going to have some long pauses? Let's just take
Is this one of
an
the first
intermission for me to get read in real time by the Holy Spirit. I am convicted.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for me. I'm not complaining.
All of us.
He disciplines those that he loves. That means I'm his child.
Together.
So, yeah, I think I just sometimes forget I'm not there to get a paycheck. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when I think about my job and people are like, why are you there? My first 3 reasons are my mortgage, my mortgage, my mortgage.
That is good.
If someone asked me, I would not say, oh, I think God sent me here because there's a purpose for me to like show his love and be, I would not, I'm going to be honest.
That's not where
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But I forgot that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a part of the story.
He sent me there for a reason that's not just about me paying my bills. How do you think we can remember that? Help me. How do we stay in remembrance of that? I'm just curious of your thoughts in like real time.
No, that's a good question. I don't know. I think part of it is like when I show up at work is not taking things personal. Like understanding that if you go in with the knowledge of like it's not really about me, then as the different things are changing and being thrown at you, you're not really like, it's kind of like water rolling right off. It's like, okay, didn't really like that, but that's cool. Like, how can I still continue to show up on behalf of who I'm sent here by and be a good model like in this moment? So I don't know. I think it's just really like a perspective thing. Like it's just the mindset that you go in with at the very beginning is going to kind of dictate how you show up in those moments, because in the moment it's always much harder. Like you're usually going to have like a more emotional response. You're going to be thrown off. You're, want to turn up, whatever the thing is.
Turn up.
So it's like, it's a lot of the prep work beforehand I think helps you be able to navigate those moments like in there.
Yeah. And I think if there's anybody else who's like in a challenging work season, I also think that like our quiet time with God is always important. Yeah. But I think if you're in a challenging work season, like what you're doing before, I remember you were saying something that Jared said along the lines of like, basically, and it's similar to what somebody had said at like our singles workshop we had, but whatever you deposit into yourself, you're making an investment and you're going to have to withdraw eventually. So if you were spending all day on your phone, on TV, but then you want to go to work, you have nothing to, like you have nothing. What investment you going to pull? Social media?
Yeah. Right.
A funny reel?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you pulling from to deal with your boss?
Yeah, exactly.
That's your plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not enough. Yeah. But I think that's to your point too. Like you have to make an investment in your time with God. So you can ask him for help, equip me, show me how to lead in this meeting. Like ask him for direction, but you need some scripture and some word in you to be able to help you navigate that.
That's the only thing. I mean, literally the other day I had talked about like how my devotions have just been so on point. But like there was a moment that happened that I was like, this is what you were talking about. But had I not had that quiet time, who knows how I would have shown up in that moment. Probably not well, because I was very caught off guard. But I was chill, in the moment. And I think that's only by his spirit being present, because I had spent a little bit of time with him before. So I think like from a practical standpoint, yes, quiet time. And also I was thinking about like when you're talking about the deposit part, if you have a drive to work, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, if you're on the metro, what are you filling all of your empty time with? Like, I sometimes fill a lot of my empty time with, like, I'm going to hop on social real quick. Or maybe I'm doing my Duolingo, practicing my Spanish. Nothing wrong with those things. But also being mindful of, I know right now in this season, work is taking everything from me. So now I'm trying to repurpose that 30-minute metro ride to be like, let me actually read this, like, other book that talks about faith and, like, I'm reading a leadership book by John Maxwell, who is a Christian who writes leadership books. And so I'm trying to, like, pair the things together. It's like, let me bring faith into my workspace so that I can better navigate and handle the things that are coming at me.
Yeah. I think I'll
manage your time well.
Period. I also was going to think about like how I spend my time in between meetings. Like I pretty much only listen to gospel at work.
Yeah.
Because that's the only voice I need talking to me at these meetings. Because if it's anything else, it's a reflex.
You don't need to be going 7 p.m. Friday.
No, I don't need her. Okay, I need the Holy Spirit. That's the only glow up I need. I need the Holy Spirit. But I think also just thinking about who you call when you're frustrated at work, who you go to when you're mad. Like, what are you allowing to feed that? Because something's going to be fed. And when I'm coming to those meetings, I need my spirit to be on 100. I don't need my flesh ready to swing. I need to keep this job, okay?
Yeah, that's real.
Okay. We doing it. We making it.
We're doing it. One day at a time.
Oh, man. I don't know what God's going to have for me at work this week.
I'm anticipating a lot.
Yeah, I feel like now that we've had this, I'm going to have some opportunities to practice that.
Definitely.
Which we talked about.
Modeling.
Yeah. You might be surprised, but that'll get us to our next question. So what are you surprised when it comes to like the changes at your work, and how is that contributing to the woman that you're becoming today?
I don't know why, but I'm always surprised by how much is not in my control. I don't know why that always catches me off guard. I'm like, as long as I do all of my things, everybody else will be doing all of their things, and we'll be perfect.
They don't.
But there is so much outside of your control. Like, just way more than you even know. And so I think that continues to surprise me. But then what it reminds me is because of that, you just got to go into things open-handed. Like, if it's not within my control anyway, then let me just trust how God is going to move in this moment. I think another thing that surprises me is, which it shouldn't, but it does sometimes, is like how much prayer really works. Like, there will be certain meetings that are really challenging for me at work because of the players who are going to be involved. And I know that. I'm like, okay, if 1, 2, and 3 going to be there, this might be a little hard. And those are the meetings that, like, lately I'm like, you know what? Let me submit this to God. Let me go before, you know? What did he say about prayer and petition with Thanksgiving? So I said, let me try that. And literally, those meetings have been so smooth. And I don't know why that surprises you that he's going to do what he always says he does, which is like answer prayers. But it always catches me. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful to be able to like see him move in real time, to like quiet my anxiety in those meetings, and to just give me the courage that I need to move forward. But I think that has come by just praying about the thing that has stressed me out at work. I think that is also kind of like part 2 is the fact that like your faith needs to be brought into your workplace. Oftentimes, even if you're having your quiet time, by the time you show up to the office, that's gone out the window.
I done forgot what I read.
Now we in here with a quick 1, 2. And so it's like, you got to bring it in. And so I read this book a couple years ago called Emotionally Healthy Spirituality. And it talks about a daily office. So having a moment in your day where you kind of just steal back away with God. And I have seen that be so impactful in my life. I have a 3 o'clock alarm every single day. And just having that moment, that reminder to be like, hey, check back in with him. Because sometimes by the time you get to 3 o'clock, you're just ready for the day to end. I'm just like, is it not 5 yet? But it's been nice to be like, okay, let's reset back on like why we're here, what we're doing, what's important in this moment. And I have found that to be just really helpful in shaping like who I'm becoming as I continue to show up in my workspace. Yeah.
That's good. I think I'm going to combine the 2 parts of the question. So like it was, what was it? Like, what am I surprised about and who am I becoming? I'm surprised at how much this job has matured me. It has. I'm doing things I'm like, I don't even know how do I know how to do this? You know, I think I'm just surprised at how much God has used this job to mature me, specifically around my emotional regulation, because I be interacting with people. Lord help me. And I'll be wanting to say some things and do things, and he'd be like, no. And then I lead a team, so I don't have the capacity to, like, I'm not going to have a temper tantrum leading a team meeting. I need to just, you need to just hold this in for a moment and manage your feelings. And that was actually some feedback my manager gave me at the beginning. And she didn't say emotional regulation. She was like, you just got to find a way to deal with it quicker and keep it moving, basically. She was like, it's a lot of inconveniences, and people are not being the best leaders they could probably be. And you kind of got to get over it. And I was like, okay, noted. But I'm surprised at how much God has used it to mature me and manage my emotions. And we talk about this, like that bounce back time. Like, it's so much quicker because I'm having so many things to work through. And the other thing I was telling my friend about recently is, like, I deal with so much conflict at work. Not in my role inherently is partnership. So I'm called when something is not going right with the 65 schools we partner with and the 100 people we have in school. There's going to be conflict.
Sure.
So I have to work through conflict. So I'd say half of my day is helping someone navigate conflict, helping to diffuse conflict. And I'm like, that is a blessing to have that many reps. So like conflict doesn't scare me as much as it used to because I have way more practice. And I would have never imagined, I would have not signed up for a job if I knew I had to do this much conflict resolution. But he's using it to like help me regulate my emotions and manage conflict in a way that is honoring to everybody.
Yeah.
And I just would not have guessed that. I'm surprised. I'm glad he didn't tell me because I would have said, next, please.
Yeah, I'm glad that God doesn't tell us a lot of things
Please.
in advance. Because, I mean, honestly, many of us probably wouldn't get anywhere near where we are, like, capable, a reminder, like, you're capable of being there, but also called to being. We wouldn't make it because it's like, it seems too big, too scary, too much. I don't want to do that all the time. And so, yeah, I think just, like, to that point, it surprises me, too, how other jobs that I have had, like, had the exact things that I now get to exercise in this moment. And so I think that that's always just cool to connect the dots there. I think about, like, when I was at my last job and I, like, for fun, got to build culture and kind of, like, set the tone in the space. And it was such a joy of mine. It wasn't necessarily, like, requirement, but it was more of, like, something I just got to do. And I didn't even realize that, like, 8 years later, I would then be, like, the MD of culture. It's like, oh, like you were literally paving a way for me to do that thing on a higher level by just getting a taste of it in a place that used to work me like a dog. Like, my God,
hard,
I was working. Like,
worked hard, y'all.
I mean, I ended up half getting fired, half quitting that job.
Forgot about that.
You know what I mean? And so, talking about experiences that were like, I was crying there, but it was for my good, in the long run. So, yeah, I just love how he even connects what it is that we were doing in one season and pulls it out of us in another one at a higher level.
I'm just thinking about it because, like, my job now is partnerships. The fact that, like, I've been in the school, I've worked with school, like, all programs that work with schools, all those different pieces.
All those stakeholders you have worked with.
Which is helpful when I talk to people because I have more, like, I connect with people pretty easily now because I'm like, you work in Southeast? Yeah, I used to work in Southeast. Yeah, I know. It's challenging. Yeah. So it's just interesting too that he's using those things to help me build rapport and relationships with people that doesn't have to be manufactured or fake. It's like, yeah, I've been there. That's hard. I talk to people in ministry. I'm like, yeah, I know. I used to do ministry full time. I know. But you'll make it. But then even more than that, it gives me a place to, like, provide encouragement to people. Like, he's still moving there. I know it's hard. Like,
yeah, you
can then speak to that and encourage them because you yourself have been encouraged in that place. And so I think it's cool how he just uses all of it.
He uses everything.
He does.
Just so sweet.
He's good. All right, last question.
All right, encouragement. We always gonna leave y'all with a little insight and encouragement. So, what would you share with someone as they are navigating maybe some changes in their work, job, or career?
I'm scared to say this because I feel like I'm gonna be held to it.
Oh well, if you don't want to be held to it, you don't need to say it because that's just a given. He will trial by fire. Okay?
Yeah. I'll just say it. Let me be obedient. Don't move because you're uncomfortable. Don't let discomfort cause you to move prematurely. Discomfort is okay. You will survive it. God will use it. It's discomfort. I think what's hard is our brain is, like, wired to keep us in a place of comfort. So you're uncomfortable and your brain's like, danger. And it's like, is this danger or am I just a little uncomfortable? Am I just being stretched to a new version of myself? So I would say do not move prematurely because you're uncomfortable. Really seek God about direction. I realized that I was praying a lot to God, like, what's next, God? Tell me, where do I go next? What's my next career move? And I feel like the Holy Spirit was like, ask for my sustaining power now because before you get there, you're here. And so I think the second thing I would say to people, if you're in a place of transition with your job, is like, ask God to sustain you and give you wisdom and discernment right now so that you can steward this season. And we talked about this in one season, like, end well. I really want to end well. And that's important, especially if we're talking about our witness. So I'm talking to myself apparently, and I'll have some repenting to do on the drive home. I hope you're happy.
My goodness.
Yep. Ma'am?
I'm still sitting with that. Don't move because you're uncomfortable. But I want to.
I'm uncomfortable. I want to not be uncomfortable. Don't you get it?
Yeah, but I want to. Literally, I said the other day, I'm like, I think I'm tired of this. He's like, it's been a week.
You just got here.
I think I'm done though.
You just changed your email signature.
I just changed my signature. I'm like, and updated LinkedIn. I'm like, this was good.
Yeah, this was enough, right? This counts.
This was fun. Just the update of the LinkedIn was plenty. Okay. I think my encouragement in this season would really be focused on like how you show up in that space. You know, they have this saying about being a thermostat, not a thermometer. A thermostat like sets the temperature. A thermometer just kind of reads the temperature in the room. And I think as you navigate challenges in work, remembering that there are people watching you. It doesn't matter what role you're in. Like someone is always looking at you. And that is a lot of weight to carry, but it is an honor. And so thinking about how you're showing up in those moments, I think will challenge you to consider how you're presenting. And I think the other thing I was thinking about is don't underestimate the power of the fruits of the Spirit. Simple, you know, but like truly have everything that you need to deal with people, because the hardest part about work is really the people part. Doing the job is usually like pretty fine. If you're qualified, you got it, but it's the people part. And so if dealing with people is something that has been challenging for you more recently, I would just encourage you to lean into those fruits of the Spirit, showing up with some love, some joy, et cetera, et cetera. Those will go a long way, further than you know. So
can I add something else back to my grow? I think last week I would also say like turn your complaint into a prayer. Yeah, turn the complaints, and like one thing I do after work, I'll go on a walk with my dog and I tell God about my day, all the things I didn't appreciate. Yeah. And then by the end, I'm thanking him. I'm like, how'd we get here? I started walking. I was upset. Now I'm feeling grateful and joyful. But I would say like turn those complaints to prayer. And I think one specific prayer I've been asking is like, God, what are you developing in me in this season? Help me see how you're like shifting something. Like help me be aligned to the correction and the maturing that you're doing in my heart. Because I want to be a partner. I don't want to be resistant. I think my complaining is an act of resistance. Ooh. Oh, man.
Ooh. Complaining is an act of resistance.
I'm resisting becoming the woman I've actually asked him to make me.
Oh, no.
I love on Sunday, you can have it all, God. And then you turn on Monday.
Nothing
you can't have this.
Nothing to give.
But yeah, complaining is an act of resistance to what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And so I think just asking him, Lord, give me insight and direction into what you're doing in my heart and help me be a partner with the Holy Spirit. I don't want to be a resistance.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't even know why that just like popped in my mind, but I'm just like, I'm not satisfied with serving, actually. You know what I mean? And so it's just kind of like,
you're right.
No, I don't want to. And so I think my prayer, this is like for myself, but, you know, I will share for anybody else who wants to pray it, is like to pray about finding like satisfaction in serving others.
Yeah, that's good.
Because there's something there about like if you are so focused on just being of service, then there's little time and room to then be like complaining about my own experience, because I will be satisfied with the fact that I was able to serve, and that will be enough for me. So then when I go home, I'm like, I actually did my job well, you know? And so, yeah, that'll be hard. Okay, Lord, I think I have a sense of what we'll be doing this week.
Yeah, I have an idea of what we're going to be focusing on.
Oh, man, this episode.
Hope
this blessed you all.
Yeah, I hope it did.
Encouraged you all. So, as y'all know, we are going to be wrapping each episode with a little post-check question. Ma'am. So, y'all can get a taste of our new game. And so, our question this week, if you could get the same pay for doing any other thing, what would you do and why?
What would I do? Something kind of artistic.
Okay.
I think, honestly, I would love to be, like, a museum curator. Okay. But, like, at a cool, like, modern, like, black, like the Rubel. Did you ever go to the Rubel?
I haven't been, but I've heard you talk about it, and I've seen pictures.
Go, please. Because it's, like, an intersection of, like, culture and art and education and blackness. And I just, that would be, to me, that would be a really dope job to, like, give black artists a chance to showcase their artwork and talk about it with people. That would be a really cool job.
I like that.
Yeah, I would love that.
Of course, on the creative side as well. But I've fallen back in love with reading, and so mine would be having my own bookstore. Nice. If I could be making what I make now and just run a bookstore, that would be beautiful. I would love that. And so I don't know if I want to share the name of the bookstore.
Nah, share it. No, I'm saying don't share it. No.
But the concept would be like focusing on like health and well-being. And so the bookstore would be like designed based off of the areas of like well-being. And then I would do different talks with like either authors or different like thought leaders in the spaces. So it's all about like just being well.
That's a beautiful idea, and also very like within reach.
Yeah, I think so too.
Bookstores are making a comeback. I was reading an article about it.
Okay. Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Well, y'all, thanks for joining us today. If you have not yet, go ahead, pre-order Paychecks. Would love to have your support. You can share that question with a friend as well. We would love for you to hear what somebody in your life has to say about it. And last but not least, we would love for you to share this episode with a friend.
Yep. And if you want some more additional reflections, some more of our thoughts, feel free to sign up for our free newsletter. You can click the info in the description underneath the episode. But as always, we love y'all. Stay rooted.